so last night ended up being a bit horrendous with trying to get the cables and things underneath. But we've got an hour or so now at the end of a Friday evening before the weekend and the weather hits. So I'm going to just do a few finishing things now to finish off getting the cables under the van and out under the floor here. So I'll show you where I'm up to. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just finish it off and I'll show you the cable route that I've taken. Maybe it'll be of use to some of you guys. So let's have a little update. We've got a little cable end on there, on that 6mm, around the back of the battery, onto my fuse box, and I've made sure I've put the clip at the top. Makes it a little bit easier to see what you're doing for lowering that after. Fuse will go in once it's all done. Cable goes down in my flexible conduit that I already had, goes under the van, and it goes following the existing conduit which is behind this strut here, and it's cable tied to the original one. So let's have a little look under here. Go onto the other side of the tank. So there it is, right in the center of the screen there. So it's following these other existing routes, goes over the tank, then pops out here, is clipped along here, continuing to follow this one, and then it goes over the top of the heat shield, and then if I just slide this way, there we go. Sorry about the funny camera angles, and it goes up through the floor there, and that's it inside there. And then I've just got that cable left, so obviously nothing's connected, so that's not live at the minute. Now, what are we betting when it comes to putting in the cabinets later? that there's probably a piece that wants to sit right there. You know, it won't be there, will it? Or there? No. But we'll see what happens. I've taken a gamble on it. I thought I can't be that unlucky all the time. So let's leave that for now. So when it comes to putting in the electrical system, I've already got the horrible part of getting that cable under there done. So firstly, thank you very, very much to my subscribers who replied to yesterday's or the day before's video regarding the help that I needed with the fuel tank, not the fuel tank, the fuel pickup for the diesel heater. Thank you so much for putting your comments on there. You've helped me out massively. So one of the suggestions is to drop the fuel tank because there is a area meant to be only sort of 6 inches away from the sender unit, which is a nice convenient flat spot to put the fuel pickup pipe in without drilling into the sender unit. The alternate place is just drilling straight to the fuel tank, isn't into the top of it. So I'm going to go for that. So today I'm going to be dropping the fuel tank off the underneath of the van. Now, I did say to him, reluctant to do that because otherwise it's probably going to reveal a week's work for me underneath. He's assured me that the best place, the best condition of the van that he found when he took his off was underneath or above the fuel tank. So we'll go for it. We'll take that off today. Hopefully it should be too bad a job. And we'll get the fuel pickup pipe fitted. Then I'm going to tidy up some of these electrical cables around here. Have a look at some of the other few bits and pieces that we can get done whilst I'm waiting for some of the parts that I'm going to require for that tailgate to get that finished. The compressor's on its way. I do need to make a final decision about the paint that I'm going to go for, the colour, make a choice between 2-pack and cellulose. So I'm going to look into it a little bit more, do a bit more research, and then make a final decisions about colour and get some spraying done, which I'm really looking forward to, having spent so long working on the bodywork. I'm really looking forward to seeing some colour on there. So let's crack on. We're just doing a little bit of tidying up of these wires, and then we'll get this fuel tank dropped off the underneath of the van. There we go, much better. So got rid of all of that cluttered cable going across the floor and was going to come out down here and things. Ugh, don't like stuff like that. So now it's going to go straight from the the back of the dashboard, goes around there in those clips, and then it's in there, and then it goes down and it's coiled up there. So now when I'm like, oh, I need a component back here and I'd like to control it from the dashboard, I've got a cable for that. So just come in for a quick bit of lunch and a brew just before we get that tank off the underneath of the van. So this video is going to go out probably later this evening on Saturday. And by the end of the weekend, it'd be really good if I could just get to 200 subscribers by Sunday night. If you do enjoy my videos and you do want to see more, please do subscribe. Only 17% of the people that are watching my videos have subscribed, so please, come on, it doesn't cost you anything. It's got a bit cold. Right, so thank you, Mr. Nathan, for giving us the heads up on how to go about doing this. So he says there are 5 bolts for the straps that hold the tank on, then a 10mm nut which holds the neck on. So we'll get those off. We'll start backing off these nuts. Hopefully all the nuts come off okay. We'll have a look at this bit here. Right, well, we know what we're doing with this bit. Straightforward. We had this out the other day, so I'm going to put a little bit of WD on these threads, so these should now come out lovely and easy. Oh yes, much, much better. Okay, and then we'll note that these stripes go that way. Okay, that's one side. Right, that's gross. I don't even want to work on that. I don't want to get dirt inside any of the fuel line, so I'm going to give this a clean first. That comes off all right. Get that out of the way. I'm going to clean all the crap off this because I need to take those 2 pipes off. Oh, right, I know what I'm going to do. I think it would be a bit disastrous if I was to get these pipes the wrong way around, don't you? We've got one going out and a one coming back in. So let's draw on top. One going out, one coming in. There, hopefully we won't clean them off. So just slip off. See if I can get to rotate first. Yep. It went with a little bit of a creak, so that means it's loosened. So I do that one. Let's tap it again. Yep, now it's going. There we go. I can just get my hand on there now. So let's. Oh, is that metal? Oh, it's metal. Yeah. I was wondering if I've got something that I could just plug that with. You know what I could plug it with? A plug. A 7mm. Well, that's going to kind of do something, isn't it? Let's get another one in. One. Go on, go on, go on. Go on, go on, go on, go on. I can get that now. I can hear a bit of air. There you go. Right, let's check what these bolts are like. So we've got 5 bolts under the tank for the straps, and then we've also got one in the filler neck. I have done quite a bit of work on the underneath of the van already with getting, like, you know, the rust treatment and painting and whatnot, so it's not too bad working under here. This area I've not done really anything under, but it's not a bad place to be anymore. Nice one. It used to be horrible, especially when I first did the first initial cleaning of the floor on the underneath. Oh, it was awful. Wire wheeling all of the crud and muck and dust and rust off. That was a horrible, horrible job to do, but now that it's all done, it's all coated under here and everything, it's not a bad place to be. Right, that's one. Next one. So we've got two. Plenty of pressure. Ah, lovely. You man that one open. Now there's one at the front here which is between the tank and this, and I need an extension bar to get to that. 12-inch bar. And these are a 13 mil, by the way. That one's alright. Pretty well protected, that one, from the elements, so that one's okay. Now I'm just backing them all off initially just to see what they're all like, so I don't want to go taking them all out and find I've got a really stubborn one that I just end up quitting on and deciding not to do it this way. Oh, right, we're over there. Let's move over. That's one up for under here. Booyakasha! Ah. So I know all my bolts are gonna come out okay. Let's have a look at that filler neck.
Right, let's get these out of the way.
I need to get reorganised with all of my screw fixings again. What I did do right from the beginning was just get a big cardboard box, stab the screw into the box, and right next to it, where it came from. And I've got really complacent doing that. What I'm going to do for now, put that straight back in. And this is all stuff that needs to come off anyway. I'm doing a full respray, don't you know? Alright, let's get this rubber. This rubber piece out. Oh, it's tight. There's no point in taking the cap off because the cap is the same width as the bit below it. So. Oh, heavy breathing. By the powers of Zeus. Oh, it's just sick in my mouth. Oh, there we go. Have a look at this. There we go. So that is a 10 mil nut on the inside of there, the top of that filler neck. Okay, let's put that over there for now. Right, that is loose. There is a pipe in there. Let's have a look at what that does. Oh, it looks like some kind of side venting breathy pipe thing. It looks to all be connected, so it's going to go with it. I need to support the fuel tank. Right. Oh. Right. I'm going to start with that awkward long one first. Do you know what, guys? I'm going to stick on time lapse and let's just cue music. This may take a while. 5-minute job. That was alright. 5 bolts out. One strap out. That's going to get reconditioned. There's no way I'm putting that back on in the state that it's in. One is still on there because my block of wood sits over the top of it, so I start lowering that down slowly now, see what the hell happens. I expect this filler neck to start disappearing.
Try and go slower though before it bottoms out on this jack. There's a bit of fuel in there. Whoop. Careful with, sorry. There is a bit of fuel. Oh, speedy Gonzalez. That's all the way down. Let's have a look. Oh, there is some weight in there. Right, okay, I think it'll jack the lid out now and drop it to the floor. Get it on my knee. Oh my arm. What I used to cut. How would it go up? Oh, I need to get some fuel out of this. I want to put it back. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, shit, man. Oh, we're stuck on. Alright.
Was heavier than I was expecting. I didn't realise there was that much fuel in it. Everyone says that. Everyone goes, there's so much fuel left in it. How on earth am I going to get that out? I don't think the van's high enough. Right, I've put the jack under the front subframe so I can get this as high as I can.
That's right, put the axles down now. There's a little bit more. I'm pretty struggling. Half an inch.
Jesus, the van's high up. Yes, sorted. So if you've ever wondered what a fuel tank looks like in a T4, here we go. So that's where that fixing was above the filler neck. And then sender unit where the pipes and the connector was. Then alongside it there's this here, which weirdly I don't know what this is for. It's also split. I'm gonna have a little look to see if that's meant to plug onto something. I suspect it's just like some kind of a breather pipe, but then there's also like a breather pipe there as well. I suspect that's what it's for. Now, where for fitting? I'm going to clean all this up I'm gonna clean it up, and I'm gonna get some of the fuel out of it and put it in some containers, so it makes it a hell of a lot easier for getting on after. But it looks like that is that area that I'm gonna be able to put my fuel heater, my diesel heater pickup pipe to.
My OCD is strong today. Who else do you know who would take the time to polish their fuel tank?
Also, I knew that this would happen. How can I go putting this fuel tank back on knowing that the underneath looks like this? Which now means I need to treat all of this rust. So I'm gonna have to wire wheel it, which means crap in my eyes again, and give it all a coat of the rust converter. And then paint. Ah! What? Otros massive! Jesus Christ! Oh, that tiny bit, not too bad. Okay. Okay, so although I'm putting it here, I want to be able to make sure I catch any bits of rubbish that drop down when I'm drilling and stuff. So I want to have my hand under there. So I'm going to go for taking this out anyway. Bit of curiosity. Hold it here. And then I think if we go to the other side, there you go, easy. Little tap on one side, little tap on the other. That wasn't as bad as I thought. I was going to start making some massively over-engineered wrench that was going to grip on both sides and be adjustable and all that lot, and I just thought, stuff it, let's just see how we get on with a bit of wood and stick. Yeah, that just pops up. We'll have a look, see what makes that pop. That bit. Oh, okay. Oh, so it looks like as you're putting this back in again afterwards, you have to make sure that that is to one side, otherwise you're going to hit the bottom of the tank and bend this bar, because it's that bit there that has to be pushed against the bottom. So it looks like it needs to be sat in the tank like that. Hang on a minute, get my arm out of the way. Something like that, I reckon. And then there's all sensor doofers on there, look at that. Variable resistor on there to tell the fuel gauge how much fuel there is. Well, this is just bloody typical, isn't it? Got the tank off. It starts snowing. Right, I'm gonna go for it because I have triple checked. I've doubted myself and triple checked where this is gonna be on the underneath of the van. And those pipes are here. There's a metal bit there. It should all be nicely snugged underneath it. So don't do this. Don't do this. Ah, a little bit did actually. Yep, it's dropping. Did a little bit just drop into my hand. Yep. Just make sure there's nothing just sat on the water. Water. there better not be any water in there. Hello. Right. Straighten that up a bit. Ticking. I've gone for a 7-inch tube. So from here to the bottom of the tank is 10 inches. So I've gone for 7 inches. So I know I've always got 3 inches of diesel left in the bottom of the tank. And I'm not going to go running it dry. So I've just bent that down a little bit so it's facing that way. So I want my pipe to go out round there. So if we get it already facing that way, I've already nipped that up. Let's get that fixed to there now. Now the kit comes supplied with a couple of these screw fixings which have got this hex head, they've got a little rubber seal on there and that little drill bit on the end of the screw. And you get a couple of them, so I think this is the perfect time to use them. So I've got an 8mm socket and a drill. Through the thread that it's cutting into. Okay, let's just check them. One rugger dug. One rugger dug. One rugger dug. I have made a galantic F up. Where does that sender unit go? It goes that way. The sender unit faces the pipe that I've just put in. Oh, of all of the checking and the double bloody thinking about it. Oh, I don't fucking believe it. That face is that way, right where I've just put that pipe. Panic over, we're gonna be all right. I've just had a look at it and actually the rod comes off the side here, so when I actually get everything lined up there, this rod is a good inch from the side of the pipe and it's well out in front of it, and it operates at its very lowest. I mean, that's off the scale. Yeah, at its very lowest, it's there, level with the bottom of the, when that is level with that, it's there, which is right on the bottom of that resisted scale that I can see, and I get that directly over that, and this is way out in front. So it operates between there and there. Whew, it'll never come in contact with my fuel diesel heater pickup pipe. I'll just have to just carefully maneuver it underneath. There we go. It's going underneath it. It's out the way. Line that up with that, and we're in. Oh, I can't tell you how my heart stopped when I thought that I'd made a colossal error.
So let's give it a little bit of a tap there. Tap there. Snuggy snug. Right, there we go, we're in. Hey. Right then. What's next? Pipe. Let's get a bit of pipe. Right, let's have a look at this fuel pipe that you get with the kit. Wow, the Changlish is strong in this one. Okay, so there's nothing in there about the filter, but I know I've got to put a filter on. You get that tiny bit of connector fuel pipe. And you've got to make several, and you're going to have to cut this down to make several connections out of it. So you've got one off the tank, 2 onto the filter, 3 off the filter, 4 onto a pump, 5 off the pump, 6 onto the heater. 6. I've got to cut that into 6 pieces. Let's mark this out. Jesus. Right, now I can't stand the thought of putting this tank back on in the condition when the underneath of the van looks the way it does. So now I'm going to turn my attention to the van. So that's how the underneath of the van is looking now. I'm going to wire wheel it down, then I'm going to rust convert it, then I'm going to underseal it, and then we'll have a look at it. That has got to be one of my worst jobs I hate doing on the underneath of the van is wire wheeling. Right, let's just give that a minute for the rust to settle. Right, time for some built Humber Hydrate 80 to convert all this and put a bit of a barriered layer over it. Lovely stuff. That's my Hamburgle stuff on there, so that's already now looking a hell of a lot better. We'll let that dry and then we'll give it a spray of the underseal. I'm going to turn my attention now to the straps that hold the tank on. What is that? Well, this would be a rot hole for you, sir. Oh, yes. What van do you own, sir? A T4, sir. Would you like another rot hole for that one, sir? Comes as an added extra, sir. Oh, yes, I'll take more, sir. More rot holes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Jesus, right. I'm going to have to repair that. Right, I want to get this done pronto because we're losing light and the missus is going to get mad at me. So, I want to get a coat of paint on this. Fixed paint, and then I can come back to it tomorrow morning, it'll be dry. So I'm going to cut off a strip of this, put it on the inside there, weld it in, making sure I don't go beyond that surface there because that sits against the tank. So I can weld it from there and a bit on the inside of there. and we'll grind it back, and then we'll get this rust converted and sprayed up, and then everything's ready for tomorrow morning, and it can all go back together again. Okay, so that's the metalwork repair done. It might look a little bit rough, but it's strong. So the inside I've made sure is completely flush. That sits inside that recess there, so it's not going to protrude onto the tank. And then that gave me something then to fill all that up with weld. So it is actually all welded down both sides. And then I just tried to fill it up with a bit of weld and stuff, and I've just sort of ground it back, so it doesn't look too bad. Right, I'm going to get some rust converter on this and a bit of paint, and then call it an evening, because it's now starting to rain.